No, Mick, no, we couldn't. That's what we saw. For the most part, I observed the boys enjoying themselves and having a crack at it, Mick.
He's like when they're really putting the ball right through.
Yeah.
It's like you scratch your head about where that was last week.
Oh, no. Well, you guys. Well, you don't, because we realise that with the inexperience that we're going to go up and down in that area, and we're trying to alleviate that. And we still feel that over the past, since the GWS game, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, we've had one week where people could question the effort of us, and that's across a 5-week period. So that's not too bad.
How do you keep it at that level now?
That's a question I'm going to get a bit, isn't it? Well, we realise at some stages there'll be, some peaks and troughs. We're going to make sure the troughs aren't too low, and we go through the things that we went through during the week. That's seeing it, walking through it, talking about it, training it, just that boring stuff that coaches talk about.
It's nothing to do with the coaching, it's the players that drive that. Sort of coaches shouldn't have to coach effort at AFL level. We've said that a few times this week. That's on the players, and we're pretty confident that won't happen again. That sort of lack of effort that we saw last week, and tonight was the first step towards that.
Do you hope, Chris, that the players will take some confidence from what they've been able to do today and transfer that moving forward?
Yeah, and we can take confidence, but we can't accept that. The effort was better, but it should be at AFL level. We competed hard. We put ourselves in a position to win, but we couldn't win, so we can't accept that. And now we've got to train ourselves to be better so that we can start winning games.
Mark, the contested effort was there today, but they really hurt you on the spread.
Yeah.
How do you address that when you kind of don't have midfielders winning you 30 possessions and playing those sorts of games?
Yeah, we're very confident that will come. We have to, like all footy clubs, you've got to have some things that you try and build your game on, and we're really keen to build our game on the contested area of the football. We're really keen to build our game on getting at the opposition when they had the football, and that was through our tackling. I thought that was much better today. We had a big focus on the clearances. They got a little bit out of hand, not out of hand, probably too strong. They got on top of us in that area in the last quarter. So that's really our focus. I'm aware of what you just said, but we all are, and we think through, say, Matthew Jones and Michael Evans and these younger players that are coming through our team. There's an exciting future there. Those guys, under 10 games, they're getting around your 20 disposals, and you're right. It's our. By the time these guys have played a few more games, another year or so, whatever it is, that it takes AFL players to feel, a bit more comfortable at the level. They're the guys that will need to get that extra 10 to 12 disposals, and that will come. And I think, you look at the midfield that we were up against today. Those guys are around about that mark, and Alice Bob's up and has an outstanding game. So that's where we're at. There's no. You're right. We can't go back to the selection table and say, listen, those half a dozen 200 gamers that go on the midfield that we left out, they're not there. So we'll just keep working our way through that.
A couple of positives, Mark. Magna's first game for the season. Aaron Davies, 3 goals.
Yeah, with Jimmy Magna, yes, that was a positive. He goes about footy in that combative way, and he's been good at VFL. So it was good for Jimmy to come in, and Aaron, he's been working really hard, and it's taken a little bit of time for Aaron to get back to a fitness level that can see him running out AFL games, and so he's achieved that, and we know he's an elite user of the footy, and that clearly stands out in our team. But Aaron, him and probably Nathan Jones, they're aware, and Mark Jamer, they're aware of the role that they're playing at our footy club, and his demeanour and things around the footy club have been great. He's up for taking the young boys through and teaching them how to play, which is great. Full credit to him, and pleasing that he had an impact on the ground today.
You have to because now to manage the idea, Chris sort of touched it before about sort of being pleased with an effort. You still lose a game by 6 goals. Yeah. Reinforcing that positive idea that you've done well, yet you've still come up short. Yeah. And that just trying isn't enough.
Yeah, we went through it, but I suppose, Mick, you rewind 7 days, no one wanted to talk to me about the finer points of life, and you know there were four almost, this is not the correct term, someone will bag me for it, almost certain goals, if you can get that we just completely found a way to muck it up, and they went coast to coast. So we'll go back and have a look at those areas. You know, we managed to get one of those or two of those, it's a 2 or 4 goal turnaround. So in a bizarre sort of way, Mick, it's you know, that's, I can coach now. If that's what we're going to bring to the table, we can work our way through it. We know that, you know, there's some turnovers that we made that, you know, we need to continue to work on and stop making it as we progress. You know, that's obvious. But I think for the most part, the boys kept going at some of those kicks. You know, Turlik's a good one. He just keeps at it and at it and at it, and every now and then he'll make an error, but he's keen to come in and play league footy.
It seemed to be a really intensive one, Richmond's ability to get the scoreboard. Was that an ability just to build a base close enough at half time to be able to build on in the second half, or?
Look, Dawesy, so we sort of we focused on, you know, getting to the footy in the contested situation and really getting at them when they had the ball. They were the basic areas of focus.
The intent is to compete. If we do that well, then that limits their ability to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah. How's Jimmy Tompkins ankle?
Yeah, he rolled it, which is, I suppose you saw that. They tried to get him going at half time. It was good enough to get him up and running around in the rooms at half time. So that sort of indicates that it's not severe, but I don't think he'll travel the stat sheets in the next couple of weeks. So him and Jack Viney might sit at the back of the coach's box and see what it's like up there early in their career for a little while. Yeah, injuries are injuries. That's welcome to AFL footy, Jimmy and Jack. That's how it works, unfortunately.
So have you got anyone you might be getting back
next week? Jack Watt should be available next week. So that's good. That gives us that another player coming out of the back line like Dean Turlik, who we certainly like having the footy in Jack's hands. So he should be up. I think that's about it. Most of the other boys on that list are sort of medium to long term injuries, and Cole Sylvia's still got, you know, a couple of weeks where he's just got to sit and watch.
Jerry Lyons' comments yesterday disappoint you at all? Do you react to those?
I can't react. I didn't hear him.
He essentially said your position should come under heavy review.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You know, that's the life of being involved with the AFL. That's what it is. You know, but again, I think I went through that in the weekend. We're fairly, you know, very, very clear of what our role is and where we're going and how we're going to get there, and we believe we're assembling. You know, our player list had a massive turnover last November, and you know, 6 months in or whatever it is into that, or 8-9 games, I think we've unearthed quite a few kids are going to be around for a while, and we just need to add those couple of boys that are out at the moment to them, and you know, things will be all right.
Chris, you've spoken about effort a few times, not just today, but during the week. Is a source of frustration coming from where you are from an ultra-competitive club like Collingwood, or is it just the immediate here and now of just the effort?
I think it's not just me. I think all the players, well, especially you know, the senior players, anyone who plays in a side that lacks effort is going to get frustrated. You know, that's nothing to do with where I've come from, or perhaps it is, but you know, the fact that we have to revisit that sort of thing, which anyone playing AFL would assume that that's a given, that's the most frustrating thing.
Thanks, guys.